now we're going to look at my real box. I have a box. The box has a top. I peek inside and now I stop. I see a book moving about. I open the box and take the book out. Let's look at the book. The title of the book is Mushroom in the Rain by Mira Ginsberg. And we would talk about the author, the title, we make predictions about the cover, the back cover. What do you see? Let's see what else is in my box. I have a box. The box has a top. I peek inside and now I stop. Oh, now we're going to see the setting for the story. The setting is where the story takes place. I'm going to put this out on the table. And what do you think this green cloth is going to be in my story? It's something that's on the ground outside. That's right, it's grass. Is this real grass? No. It's called a prop. A prop is something we use to help us tell the story, and we use our imagination. So we're going to say this is the grass. And what season do you think it is when the grass is just turning green outside? Spring, right. So it's in the springtime. The story is outside. And let's find out if it's daytime or nighttime. Oh, look at this. What do you think this is going to be in the story? That's right, it's the sun. So is it daytime or nighttime? Right, how did you know? Because the sun is up in the sky. Now I have a word right here. This says sun. Where do you think I should put it over here? Do you think I should put it up high or down low? Up high. How do you know? Right, because the sun is up high. So I'm going to put it right up here at the top. Good. In the springtime, in the woods, in the sun, look at this. I'm going to put this right on top there. What do you think that's going to be in my story? The mushroom, right? How did you know? Look, because it was on the title of the book. Is this a real mushroom? No, it's a prop. And it was a tiny little mushroom grew in the ground. Can you take your fingers and show me tiny? And let's make our voices tiny when we say that. Tiny little mushroom grew in the ground. I'm going to take the word mushroom and I'm going to put it kind of right here in the middle. A little bit down. There's the mushroom grew in the ground. It was a beautiful sunny day. And now we're ready to meet the characters in our story. Who do you think the first character is going to be? The first character in my box. Ah, you guessed the ant. How did you know? Because the ant was the first character in my imaginary box. That's right. Do you think I have a real ant in here or a prop? Right, a prop. And here's the tiny little ant. Here he comes, the tiny little ant. And here's our word, ant. He's the first character. Let's clap our hands and say ant. Ant. How many claps? One. Good. And he's the first character. Tiny little ant. It was a beautiful sunny day, and he was going through the woods. La-di-da-di-da. Take your fingers, and while you're sitting down, you can make the ant with your fingers like we did before. It's a beautiful sunny day. I'm going through the woods. Where do you think he'd like to go today? What would he like to do? Oh, he wants to get some pizza? All right. I'm going through the woods. I'm going to get some pizza. La-di-da-di-da. Now, while he was going through the woods, something happened. Oh, what do you think this is going to be in the story? Right, it was a dark rain cloud. Now, when I cover the sun up like this, with my dark rain cloud, that's your cue to make the sound of the rain. Remember we did that before? A cue is a signal that tells you what to do. So when you see this dark rain cloud covered up, you're going to make that rain and keep making it till I hold my hands up, and that means good. That's your cue to stop. All right, and I've got the word rain right here. I'm going to put it right here, and then we're going to make it cover up the sun in just a minute. So he's going through the woods. And usually I'd have the teacher cover the sun up. La-di-da-di-da, I'm going through the woods. I'm going to get some pizza. And all of a sudden the dark cloud came and covered up the sun. And it started to rain. It started to rain. Let's slide that right over the sun. And he's running faster and faster and faster. Oh no, I'm getting wet. Where could I go to get dry? Oh, he saw a tiny little mushroom, and he was a tiny little ant. It looked like an umbrella, and he went under. Good. I'm going to take the word ant. Could someone come up and put him under the mushroom? Good. We could have a child come up, or the teacher could model it the first time. And he waited for the rain to stop. But the rain kept coming down. Let's keep going. It's raining harder and harder. Let's see who came second. Let's slide this back over. Who do you think was the second character that came? Right, you remember, it was the butterfly. There's the word butterfly. Here she comes. I'm flying through the woods. It's a beautiful sunny day. Where do you think she's going today? What would she like to do? Oh, she's looking for some flowers to get nectar. Great. Now, I just worked with a teacher in Charlotte, North Carolina, and she used the word butterfly. She was playing butterfly. And I asked her, butterfly, where are you going? And she said, I'm going to the library. And I said, going to the library? She said, I'm going to get some books, because I'm a butterfly. So she tied the beginning sound in with butterflies. Just another idea of something you could do. I'm getting big butterfly books. And so the same thing happened. She's flying, looking for nectar or looking for books at the library. And then the dark cloud comes and covers up the sun. And it starts to rain. She's going faster and faster and faster. Oh, where could I go? Where could I go to get dry? Oh, under the mushroom. She flew up to the mushroom. But there was someone under there. It was the ant. What could she ask the ant? Oh, please, can I come under? Let's flap our arms and say that. Let's flap our wings. Please, can I come under? But the ant said, no, no, no. There's only room for one. Oh, what did the butterfly say? Oh, please. Let's flap our wings and say that. Please. Okay, said the ant. And the butterfly went under. You could come up and put the butterfly under the mushroom. Let's put it right there. Great. And they waited for the rain to stop, but it kept coming down. Let's make that thunder. We're making thunder. Good. What do you observe about the mushroom? Observe means to look and notice. What do you notice? What do you observe about the mushroom? Did you observe anything? So we might ask to see if they notice that. Some really young children don't notice it, and I try to switch it really fast. Now, so this keeps happening. The third character, I'm just going to talk through some of this, is the mouse that comes. Now, one interesting thing, I was doing this in a kindergarten class, and the teacher said, class, do you observe anything about the mouse's tail? And they had been studying straight lines. And she said, look, the mouse's tail is a straight line. Can you take your arm and make a straight line like that? So the children made a straight line. And they were actually, it was kindergarten, so they were talking about horizontal lines. And when the mouse's tail is like that, it's a vertical line. Can you stand up and make the mouse's tail the vertical line with your whole body? We stood up and we made it like that. Or what's a different way you could make it? So she tied the mouse's tail, I had never noticed this before, with straight lines. And even when the children are not studying the vocabulary horizontal or vertical, it can be, can you make your finger, or can you draw this line from side to side or up and down? And then another idea, you could, since I made the mouse's tail out of yarn, we could give each child a tail, and they could go around and find in the room if they could find a line like this or match it to something in the room with a mouse's tail. So that's another idea with the mouse. So the same thing happens with the mouse. And let the child decide where the mouse is going. The rain comes, he comes to the mushroom, and they say, no, no, no. There's only room for 2. And again, we could count here how many are under each time. 1, 2, and then we do the chant.